I mean, if I get a Cloak of Shadows, I can win still. It's pretty simple. I just need to, you know, draw it. Well, we drew it, so that's sick. Wand Maker. You get rid of both of these. They're not useful. I mean, if we had a weapon, it would be useful, but we don't. 2 Wicked Stabs. We do have Wicked... we do have this now, which is fine. We could start... I think we can burst him before he kills me, unless he has something nuts. This is a good turn, too. Yeah, as long as it's giving me a poison, we're fine. If it doesn't give me a poison, eh. Okay, it does. That's sick. So we go boom. Then we can go boom. And then we hit, and then we draw. Or do we draw first for 1 more mana? Nah, we'll probably draw first for 1 more mana. I think it's worth it. To maybe find another poison to draw more cards or do more damage. I feel like that's worth. Yeah, there's another poison. Yeah, we're fine. We don't attack, though. Because we only have 4 durability on this weapon. It's not like the Shank, which we can do to just continually get durability. So we go Deadly, Paralytic, Cutting. We don't attack because we don't want to attack. Because if this gives me another poison, it's really good. Or alternatively... No, I think we do it. I think we do attack. And we get to draw an extra card this way. Dang. It's okay, though. We get a lot of stuff this way. We're going to be able to get 2 Deadly Poisons. We get to play potentially Prize Plunder any taunt minion that he could play. We'll just win. It's fine. Draconic Studies would help your N'Zoth Dragon Priest. Taunt N'Zoth Dragon Priest. I mean, yeah, if you have Draconic Studies, I'd throw it in there. Obviously, if your deck is dragon-based, it's going to be better. Just by running Draconic Studies. Oh, I see. So he's just the worst, then. And this is coming from a guy who is playing Weapon Rogue. And I'm calling him the worst. What does that say? I mean, he's dead in 2 turns. He's dead next turn? Yeah, he's dead next turn, assuming he doesn't get more taunts. And if he does get more taunts, that sucks. We just have to hope he doesn't. And even if he does, we can stall out a little bit with Cloak of Shadows. Oh well. Screw off, Token Druid. Bye-bye. I don't like Token Druids very much. Token Druids are kind of super duper annoying. I don't know. Dude, that one Token Druid that taunted me after he won because he got Gibberling out and popped off turn like 2. Why? Why do you feel the need to do that? Like, it's just tilting for no other reason. Like, what the heck, man? Why do you feel the need to taunt when you're playing Token Druid and you pop off on Gibberling turn like 2 or 3 or something? I don't remember fully. Like, congrats, you're playing the most broken deck in the game that can sometimes high roll. Ever since that game earlier today, oh, Token Druids are just triggering me. He does have a lot of, taunts. Well, by a lot of taunts, I mean he has some taunts, I guess, more specifically. I know Secret Passage, I said, is usually a bait. But playing at turn 4 doesn't feel that bad to me. Playing at turn 4 after we play the Shank doesn't feel bad to me. Because then we could potentially just draw 4 cards and maybe find a poison, which is pretty good. Turn 3, turn 4 is boom, coin, boom. Hopefully we find 1 or 2 poisons or some other sort of draw, and we're fine that way. Alternatively, we go coin, boom this turn. No, actually, we found a Wand Maker. That's actually really, really good. We'll just play that. I lied. I take back everything I just said. Huh. Played one game of Token Druid and it felt dirty. Yup. That's what Token Druid does to you. It feels absolutely disgusting. We'll go prep Swindle. See what we draw first. Another poison's not bad. Let's kill this off. And then we'll start going face with everything else. Secret Passage is not bad at all. Secret Passage is honestly pretty good here. Well, it depends. He'll play a minion. I ignore said minion. I literally just let that minion live, I guess. Because I don't want him to have taunts. We're looking for the Silverleaf Poison, and we got it. Swindle would have been fantastic if we didn't draw this, but it's fine. We'll just play this and increase the durability and go face a little bit more. Draw two, woo, 2 Sinisters. Okay, we'll be able to burst him, I think. And by I think, I mean it's basically guaranteed. Unless he can kill off his own 2-3, we're fine. I mean, we'll be able to kill Talon with Sinister, Prize Plunderer, Brain Freeze Talon, go face. We can then Secret Passage to get more stuff. We can Cloak of Shadows because I don't think I'm going to die. Basically, as long as we Cloak of Shadows turn 8 or 9, we're fine. Oh, well, that sucks. That's just rude. That's just rude. Into Brain Freeze. And we'll play this as well with our 2 extra mana. We still have 2 Coerces in the deck, which is fine. Cloak of Shadows will play turns 7, 8, and 9. We don't need to play it now. That's fine. I kind of have to Secret Passage. Is he going to go for healing? I have to kill him in 3 turns. We got to kill him in 3 turns now. But that's doable, I'd say. I'd say that's doable. Gonna be hard, but not impossible. Cloak of Shadows again. I don't want to coerce anything. Oh, man. That leaves something in my hand, which is nice. Deadly, super good. Wicked. Cutting Class is not bad. Shadow Stepping, this is not bad. So, even if he has Illidari Inquisitor, I think I still win. Because Illidari Inquisitor would give him 9 more damage, and he needs 10. So, worst case scenario with Illidari Inquisitor, I still live with 1 extra HP left. Technically, I did calculate for that, but it's still not great. We're gonna have to use a Coerce on it. And he didn't have Illidari Inquisitor. So that's kind of bad.
You don't pick the ones.
Wait, that could be lethal. He heals 4, we do 7, that's 13, that's not enough. We're off by 1. Damn. I really messed up. If we get Wicked Stab, we win. We do not. So, we go Poison. No, we go Poison, Cloak. Buy myself another turn. We have another Coerce to kill a Taunt minion. He's not able to heal yet. And then we should be able to win just next turn with Coerce and Sinister Strikes and stuff. Do you think that weapons need to change in the game? It's so frustrating getting wrecked by 2 weapons every time. I kind of do. I think there needs to be more weapon removal in the game, or more punishing weapon removal. Because, like, weapons aren't prominent enough in the game, in my opinion. Weapons aren't prominent enough in the game to, run weapon removal super consistently. Which is why I think the 3-4 snake one is going to be really, really good. Because the 3-4 snake means you can tech it in, but also just make it a 1-mana heal. He did play that very well. I will admit, this was played exceptionally well from him, but I'm pretty sure we do that. Coerce this. Prize Plunderer this. And then just Sinister slam him. Like, it feels bad when you lose to a weapon deck, but, like, against 8 out of 10 decks, you're not going to play against a prominent weapon. And, like, let's say you do have weapon removal, and you're playing against Hunter, and he plays the rifle. You get rid of 1 durability, which isn't even that big of a deal, and it just feels super underwhelming. But the new Snake means that you can tech it in, it's good stats, you can kill it, or you can use it as draw if they don't have a weapon. And I feel like if Acidic Swamp Ooze also was tradable, it would also be good, I think. That's my 2 cents on weapons. I will say I do think Warrior is probably one of my lesser matchups. Is Swindle keepable, is my question. I think Swindle should be keepable a lot of the time. Swindle is a very bad card when kept, apparently. It's a small sample size, but its win rate's like 20%. I guess that makes sense to some extent. Like, you want to get other things first. Maybe we'll use the first attack or 2, by the way, to maybe kill a minion or something. I'm not entirely sure yet. I really need to draw a Cloak of Shadows to stay alive in this matchup. Weapons should not decide games as much as they do. It's ridiculous and hard to counter them. I mean, the only weapon that I think is actually really good to counter, or really, like, viable to counter, is, actually, I guess there are 2 weapons that are good and viable to counter. I don't want to take damage. Don't question that. I actually think that's a good play, because I'm going to be able to go face later, and I already have plenty of damage. The Wicked Stab just keeps me from taking some damage, which basically just stopped 4 damage from being taken, which is fine by me. And he doesn't have anything in turn 2. But the only weapons that are, like, actively good to counter are, like, the Shank and Doomhammer. Both of which I think are fairly well-designed weapons and play into weapon removal very well, because it's actually super rewarding to kill them. But there are other weapons in the game, like 3-2 weapons. You get rid of 1 durability, you dodge 3 damage, but that doesn't even feel like it really does all that much. It feels like it does very little. Don't pump it, please, for the love of God. I need to draw cards. I'll coerce that next turn. But yeah, I think Face Hunter's a bad matchup because it doesn't give me the time to get at my weapon. It's super hard to find a spot for Ooze, but there are a lot of matchups I wish I had it. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'd say 20% of all matchups would be like, or maybe even just like 10 or 15 of matchups would be 1 if you had Acidic Swamp Ooze. But it's really hard to justify putting it in because that's such a small percentage, and even some of those times you just might not draw it, which could be really bad as well. Dude, I actually have no way of dealing with a wide board like this. I'm just going to lose unless I draw Cloak of Shadows. And then we kill that off with Coerce. Oh god, this is not good. Okay, we can play Cloak of Shadows next turn. I want my 2/2 to die. So I don't play into Piercing. Oh my god. Hopefully he's not good. So I want my 2/2 to die, and then I want to play nothing. But if he plays Rhino... Yeah. I'm gonna have to Wicked Stab that. Which feels really bad, man. This is incredibly bad. We'll go for high risk, high reward play, I guess. We're just hoping for the best at this point. Prep this for 0. Maybe we can get a poison. We don't get a poison.
You don't pick the wands.
Poison? I mean, Yoink maybe gives me armor. Nah, well, we have to kill this. I forgot to play Cloak of Shadows first. And it's fine, maybe. I really messed up. The game is basically over, though. It doesn't actually matter. I could have played Cloak of Shadows first and survived one extra turn, but at the end of the day, I'd still just die. All he needs is a piercing shot, and I'm dead anyway. He just goes full face piercings. So, like, yeah, I messed up, but it's just a bad matchup. I wasn't able to kill the Kulker Pack Runner. Yeah, GG. That's fine. What is this deck? 8-3 right now? That's pretty solid. Honestly, I have no remorse when I beat Druids. Druid is like the one thing I just want to non-stop beat. Like, if I could just play tons and tons and tons of Druids and just beat them over and over and over again, but lose to everything else, I'd be fine. We're gonna play this turn 3, this turn 4, with hopefully some other stuff by the time it gets to that point, and then just hit him. And then hope to draw Cloak of Shadows late game. The strategy with this deck is pretty simple. You go Wand Maker, Weapon, turn 3. Turn 4, Poisons, hit face, starting turn 4. And then look for Cloak and Coerce. And that is the plan. And if you can do that, you'll probably win, I'd say, most of the time. I will admit, drawing 2 weapons is not super optimal. Give me a poison. Gives me a poison. Perfect. And then turn 5 is your refill turn. You draw cards or, well, yeah, you just draw cards. You do everything you can to draw cards. Whether it be Secret Passage or anything more, like, serious. Like, yeah, next turn it's gonna be Deadly, Paralytic. And if we draw Swindle or Silverleaf or Wand Maker or another Poison, that's fine. That's great, actually. That's better than great. Or even Cutting Class. We get a Deadly Poison, that's another Poison, so we just go bonk, bonk, bonk. What the heck? Slap him, slap him. And then next turn is going to be Secret. Do whatever we can to draw cards. Next turn is going to be Secret. Do whatever he can to draw cards. And he's just going to lose. Unless he develops a giant board and he kills me, like, literally the following turn. But even if he Glowfly Swarms, if I kill off one of them, am I doomed? I think I'm low-key doomed. He could double activate Arbor Up and I die. This needs to get me Cloak or Cutting into Cloak. Okay. 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 So, if we leave all... If he has double Arbor Up, we just lose anyway. So why even do this? Why even bother? Double Arbor Up would make it go to... Yeah, we have to kill this. But double Arbor Up no longer kills me, because that would be 2... So it'd be 8, boom, 24. And we don't die this turn. Okay. Double Arbor Up doesn't kill me. Double Arbor Up with another pump would kill me, but he needs a lot of cards to do that. He's going to need... Coin, he already has that. Solar. Lightning Bloom. Oh, fudge. Okay, that's arguably just as bad. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Especially considering we just used most of my removal to kill off that and not die this turn. But he still had the coin left, so I had to play super cautiously. I mean, I don't know. I'd like to think that I still have this that this is winnable. I mean, if I get a Cloak of Shadows, I can win still. It's pretty simple. I just need to, you know, draw it. Well, we drew it, so that's sick. I was trying to think, is there a way I can, like, orchestrate this to maybe win next turn? But no, it's fine. Secret Passage. All we need to do is find Prize Plunderer and, like, one other thing of damage, which shouldn't even be that hard. It's doable. All we gotta do is find Swindle. That's not true. I guess technically we have one 1/1 still in the deck. That could end up being kind of bad. Another Cloak of Shadows. A way of killing the 2/3 and getting a little bit more damage. Cutting Class is quite nice. Let's do that first. We get Sinister Strike and Paralytic Poison. If we can find a way to kill this minion, we win. Or we could just Cloak of Shadows, but we've got the Wicked Stab. We kill this off real quick, like. We draw a card as well, and we just slam him in the face for 10. I have no remorse killing token druids, everybody. Yay! Play any other card games? I played Yu-Gi-Oh! For, like, years. Not super competitively, but locally. We'd usually go 4-1. In the Swiss tournaments in my local card shop. I played Magic the Gathering for a long time with my dad, and now this. So this deck is one that I've talked about before. I think it's really, really good, but it is very heavily reliant on the weapons. I ended up playing multiple games with this deck. I went 9-5 with it, which is a 64% win rate, and the only losses that I had were against a Face Hunter, which just kind of ran me down, and 2 games, at least today, where I just didn't draw the weapons at all. I literally drew through about 10 cards in my deck with things like Swindle and even looked for stuff with Secret Passage. I just couldn't find a weapon, and some games you're just going to lose. But basically, every game that I found a weapon, I won. And you snowball really, really quickly with this deck. And not many people run too many taunts, so Coerce and Prize Plunder, along with Shadow Step and maybe using Prize Plunder again, and Wicked Stab, are all usually enough to get over the small to mid-sized taunt minions people are playing. Like a Demon Hunter, they'll play the 2/4 Death Speaker, very easily killable with things like Wicked Stab or Coerce, or even just a well-timed Prize Plunder. So you just do a ton of damage. Unless they run weapon removal, you're probably going to kill them once you get the weapon, and it's pretty fun to play, especially when you smack them for tons of damage. I don't know, something satisfying about hitting them with a 10 damage weapon. Mulligans are basically hard mulligan everything that doesn't say weapon. And personally, I like keeping the Wand Maker as well because it curves into the weapon really, really well, and it's one of your only minions, and it's the only minion you play for tempo. But if you don't have a weapon, you should probably get rid of it too in the hopes of drawing it.